Hello, babies, and welcome to a pub chat. And we are going to start off tonight with a question. Why the fuck is this beer empty? Jesus Christ.
Oh, no. What a way to start the stream.
Yeah, but I brought one already. I don't have to get up.
Yeah. Where's the beer crew? The beer runner.
Speaking of which, I've been looking on the classified ads, and I found a little bar fridge in good condition for a cheap price. So I just might actually get one to sit here.
Nice.
Yeah. I find that I'm not one to pay for extra conveniences like that because normally, come on, I can just get up and go and get one. I don't have to have it right beside me. But it's not like I'm just being a lazy oaf watching yet another baseball game. I'm trying to do this, so I have to be quicker, right?
Yeah. I mean, you could just like sit on top of your Mac Studio because that runs cool enough.
Yeah, you're actually not wrong. I mean, right now the metal's actually cool to the touch.
Just make a USB beer can cooler.
Yeah,
I think my son was working on something like that.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Like a US, it's some kind of like I can't remember. I'm just gibbering now. I can't remember what it was, but it was just like some kind of like a plate that you plug in USB wise or Arduino, and it cools.
Oh yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the word for that? Linus tried to do that with a CPU cooler, and the thing is it draws so much electricity. You might as well just use a batter ass chip and run it cooler.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't know how it works.
Yeah, there's a name for that. A still. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a still as well,
What, like in match?
Yeah. Well, sure. Actually, to have one that's all cool looking, like steampunk and stuff or something, or ornate or whatever, that would be cool. And then if you could actually walk over to it with your glass and refill when you had company, I mean, come on, that'd be amazing, right?
What's all this walking over refilling thing? You just have a pipe that just leads straight to where you're sitting with a tap on the end of it.
Yeah, that would be great actually, and you just have a straw with a little valve at the end, just that'd be awesome.
With another one supplying the olives.
Oh no, I could do without the olives, forget it. Yeah.
Fair enough.
They taste too pickled, and I hate pickled things. It doesn't work for me. There we go.
He hates pickled things, he says, opening a can of beer.
It's not pickled.
You will be.
No, it's too early for that. I gotta be easy yet. Yeah, just call me Gherkin.
Jerkin.
Speaking of gherkins, I was at the store the other day. I was getting some fish. I wanted to make fish and chips, and I don't like pickles and relish. So whenever I try to find tartar sauce, I got to get out the reading glasses because, yes, that's me. And every single brand of tartar sauce on the shelf has pickles or relish in it. One even listed gherkins as the pickle brand. And tartar sauce is made with capers, you idiots. It tastes awful when they do that. So I'm constantly left making my own, but it's worth it. It tastes way better.
Yeah, I think they do it because it's just a cheaper ingredient.
Cheap and easy. Yeah, exactly. But capers are so much better in tartar sauce. It's amazing.
Yeah, I'd rather just not have the capers either. They're just like little rat droppings.
They are strange. The first time I bought them in a jar, because I heard that that's what tartar sauce is supposed to be, I was like, okay, I want to try that. And I bought this little jar of pickled turds. It was very strange.
These French will eat anything.
Yeah. But they're really good for making tartar sauce. I don't know what else you would use them for. Maybe to fill the mouth of a dead enemy on their funeral or something. I mean, they're horrid little things.
Yeah, I have had them. We had this posh dinner for a friend once at some fancy French restaurant, and I had some like tuna steak with capers, and it's like, it's fucking expensive.
I bet.
Was it any good? No, I wasn't that impressed.
Yeah.
I'd been quite happy to go to McDonald's.
Yeah, have a squeezed fat sandwich from Mickey D's. So, I was reading a thing today. Things that you always hear people say, and you know that that's the right way to say it, but it's actually wrong.
Like what?
Right? Like, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? That's not it.
Yeah.
It's magic mirror. Everybody says it wrong, right? And I thought to myself, okay, but it's close. But the article that I had read was going on about, how the game of telephone, whatever changes as people retell it. And now these are so twisted, they're no longer close to what they were. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Magic mirror on the wall. I mean, I don't think we've really mutated it that far.
I think you're going to have people claiming it's the Mandela effect as well.
Yeah, that was part of the article. Yeah, it really was. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you see people getting expressions wrong all the time. I do it. I do it just out of just sheer ignorance and lack of memory skills. But some people just get them stuck into. I can't think any off the top of my head. Me and the missus do talk about. She brings it up quite often when I think she reads these posts that list the stupid things people have said and misexpressed.
So Tony Regime in the chat says Mirror Mirror is the version of the story in print, the original, but Disney changed it to Magic Mirror. Well, okay. But I think most people go by Disney at this point, right? I would kind of say that's still close. Another one is
it's not like many of people have read the book.
Yeah. At this point, anyway, right? Another one is No, Luke, I am your father. Nah, he doesn't say his name. He just says, No, I am your father, right?
Yes. Where's my big can? I can't do it. And I was gonna get the vase out, but I'll break it. I know I'll do it.
Yeah.
I am your father. Yeah. Oh, hang on. I can do it with this. If I get ice all everywhere.
Yeah.
No, I am your father. Now you see the ice in there dulls it.
Yeah, I think it needs to be a little crisper in the top. Maybe put a couple of pieces of tinfoil in to brighten up the reverberation.
Yeah, but that's it. That's it. If you ever want to do a great Darth Vader impression, just find a big container and just stick your mouth into it, and that's how you do it.
Yeah. Or like a pair of disposable underwear for adults. I think if you wrapped your head in one of those, you would sound like Darth Vader. At least you would look funny and hilarious to all the people watching you do it. So,
I don't know what effect you do to get Luke's whiny teenage schoolgirl response. No, it's not true. It's impossible.
Right. Which is right on the heels of, but I wanted to go and get power converters. He sounds like an 8-year-old. I know.
Well, I don't want to go to old around. What's the other one? Yeah, but I don't want to work on the farm. I wanted to join the academy.
Yeah.
Whining through the entire fucking franchise.
Yeah. That is why you failed. That's funny. Oh man. You might notice I finally have a second light. I got the red one going over there to kind of help balance it in the back. I still have to rebuild what's over there. I don't really know what to do with that yet. I might need a shelf or something. I don't know.
No, it looks like you've got a stalled police car behind you.
Well, they were usually chasing me anyway, so I figured,
We could just get the flash alternating blue and red, and it'd It'd be like back in your old days.
Yeah, not quite easy now.
You'll just have to find a car bonnet to lean against.
Yeah. No, I was a smarter hoodlum punk than that. I didn't get caught very often. My son's doing the whole. He's watching that In the Night Garden show by the BBC again today. Oh, baby talk crazy.
You should see it in the original form by the Royal Shakespeare Theatre. The Royal Shakespeare Company is it's very good.
Yeah, I heard Patrick Stewart was excellent in that as Macapaca. You could just imagine old Captain Picard there bouncing around in a kids show.
Do they do live stage versions of it? Because when I was working back in the olden days, I was used to be part of a team of people doing live stage shows of Postman Pat and Fireman Sam, building fire engines and shit like that. I wonder if there's like a live stage version of it in the Night Garden.
Yeah, I wonder
that you could not take him to.
Yeah. God, oh man, that would be, there would be all these children that come up to his knees and then Felix bouncing around, right?
Yeah, and he'd be there, the biggest fan.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd try to take Upsy Daisy out for lunch,
It's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
Frustrating as hell for you, but still kind of sweet.
Oh, yeah. But there have been worse. So, at least, when he's singing music, he'll sing like Brown Eyed Girl or something good, right? It's not crazy. Thank God.
He's got such an amazing variation of taste of stuff.
Yeah.
Like you tell me, you tell me the stories about that. I can never remember his name. The Mexican actor.
Eugenio Derbez.
Yeah, that nobody knows, but he's like his biggest fan.
Oh yeah,
obviously he likes the Monty Python and Back to the Future. He just looks like such a varied amount of stuff. It's just crazy.
Well, he's watching In the Night Garden right now, and after it's done, he'll probably put on something like the Blues Brothers.
Yeah. Who's Groove is asking what's the Night Garden? In the Night Garden, it's BBC. It's basically a preschool.
It's for infants and toddlers, and it's almost baby talk through the whole thing. It's ridiculous.
Imagine taking Teletubbies and taking even more drugs.
Yeah. If Teletubbies are LSD, then In the Night Garden is 25 tabs of LSD over a 4-night period, capped off with, a good old fashioned meth high. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, but it's sweet and, and whatnot. So, it's good. It's all good, full of good values and stuff in sort of a roundabout way,
There you go. There's a review by Dick Dawson from someone who's probably never actually sat down and watched it, just been forced to what would you say, experience it alongside Felix.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're gonna buy it for your child on DVD or Blu-ray or something, just to make sure you stop by your local dealer's house for the LSD so that you can follow the story.
Terry Regime says In the Night Garden was created by the same person as the Teletubbies.
I'm not surprised because it really looks like they just reused parts of the outfits for the new people, right?
Yeah.
Like with In the Night Garden, I wouldn't doubt every now and then when they're out filming that show, somebody comes like out and get off my lawn, and they're just like randomly finding little forests to film in and stuff.
I can imagine the guy's gone down to the BBC, hey, you, like the Teletubbies. Hang on. He's smoking. I can't visualize it. I have to make lots of noises.
I think
I've had a better idea.
Yeah, I think the person you're imitating just ate two of them. I don't know what happened.
It actually sounded like a fucking whale, beaching.
Yeah, but after it, had one off. I mean, it's where is it here? There was another one of those misquoted things that was pretty funny here. I'm just trying to find it. I got to scroll through some because half of them I don't even, remember.
Mm.
Oh, if you build it, they will come. No,
Oh, yeah.
No, he
will be able to. They will
no.
come.
If you build it, he will come. Yeah.
Is that right?
I believe it's a reference to Ron Jeremy. I'm not sure. Oh, I'm just having like a sneeze attack here. Sorry, I'm trying my best.
You're having a sneeze.
Yeah, I got that whole effect from having like just recently busted up some herbal things, and now it's making me sneeze.
Some tea. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah,
tea.
Yeah. Oh my
Incredibly strong pharmaceutical tea.
Yeah. It's a real pain reliever. Holy God, man. I got to watch that. I need to get like wipes for wiping my hands or something because I get this harsh allergic reaction from it. It's always happened. It's hilarious. It'll drive me crazy.
PJs. That's what I said. PJC. Now I can't even read names now. He says, there's if you book them, they will come from Wayne's World 2.
Oh yeah. That's true.
That must have been stealing the quote.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's other ones in here like Dirty Harry and stuff that always screw it up, right? But
Oh, what? Go ahead, punk, make my day.
Yeah, people always say, "Do you feel lucky, punk?" It's not, right?
Yeah.
It's, so you've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Yeah. Shorten it.
Yeah. I like that. It's actually the better part of that scene is after when the dude on the ground says, "Hey, I got to know, man." And Clint Eastwood points the gun at him and pulls the trigger and it goes click because there was no bullets left.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
He knew.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, he hoped. He
crossed
his fingers.
Yeah. Well, in all the excitement, I lost count, he says, or something, right? Yeah. Wow, PJ, really? He's 93? I mean, we were just recently saying about, I don't know, maybe within the last 3 months or something, but Clint Eastwood's been the old guy in movies for years.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, that one he was running beside the limo protecting the president and John Malkovich is the guy trying to kill the president.
Yeah.
He was the old guy in that one. And that was back in Rene Russo's Hot Days. Like, that's, Top Gun era kind of thing, right?
Long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I must admit, though, now he is very old.
Yeah.
Very old.
Well, it's the same with what's his name from Lethal Weapon. In the first one, he says, "I'm too old for this shit." That dude was acting for years afterwards, right? A puppy beating the hell out of that thing again, is he?
Yeah.
She, whatever.
Hey, it's all right. You don't have to misgender her.
It's not like I care. It's a little puppy.
Oh, she cares. She thinks you're great.
Yeah, because I'm not there. Yeah, Danny Glover. That's it. Yeah. At this point, I can't do anything wrong. The only thing I could do right is show up and pet or feed it. After that, I would be one of those people that just annoy it.
Yeah.
I'm not a good dog person.
Hey, you're not even a good people person. What are you
That's
talking about?
true, but you know,
you're just generally not a good person, I guess.
yeah. I think I like dogs more than most of y'all, but
Yeah, but they don't watch the show
yeah,
generally.
yeah. It's that whole thing. Remotes don't work without thumbs very well, you know.
And they're shit on giving out super chats.
Yeah, that's
Have you
true.
noticed that?
Yeah. I mean, I've taught many dogs how to steal the owner's credit cards, but they just don't use them for the right thing. I know, I don't get it. I do not understand. Yeah. See, Pootler in the chat knows never work with dogs or people. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'm just going to mute myself so I can have a little sneezer.
All right. That's why I work with Grogu's ancestor here. It's just, you know, more reliable that way. You know, y'all think that's like an avatar or something. That's what the guy actually looks like, you know. You know, and when your body's that size compared to your head, it's not like you can have it's not like you're going to be hung like a racehorse, right? So, you know, I mean, we don't bring that up around here. We try to keep it nice, you know. Oh, you're back. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't go anywhere. I was just muting. I can still hear you.
You're flicking the light switch, were you?
Is that what you called it?
Yeah. I might have to actually get up and find something that I'm missing right now, though.
You're not out of beer already, are you?
No, well, actually, I'm doing okay there. But I was just going to.
If you lost your lighter?
No, I was going to fill this thing up, and I seem to be lacking the required filling.
Are the batteries run out again? Are we playing chess again?
What?
Your vibrating butt plug thing there.
Checkers?
your vibrating butt plug thing you just held up a second ago.
Yeah.
The green thing. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, we'll bring that up in the after show. Putin in the chat. I'd love to know how Dunk achieves that avatar. It's not as hard as you would actually think. That's the kind of thing him or I could show you pretty easily. You're using Viedo, right?
Viedo Tube. Yeah.
And it's really just a couple of animated GIFs.
And I seem to be a bit delayed on my let me just check my settings on that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a standalone app. Uses, I think it's called Sprocket or something, and you can use that to pipe it into OBS for streaming, or you can just do a window capture or whatever. You know, it's not hard.
Yeah.
You can also do it in a manner that's almost as good. If you're already in OBS and you don't want to be running extra apps, you can use a plugin called Image Capture, and it'll let you use two animated GIFs. So they both blink, and one is your mouth closed and one is your mouth open, and then it just reacts to the volume level of your voice, and boom, you have an animated avatar.
Well, that's basically what this is doing.
Yeah.
It's just doing it as a third-party piece of software.
Yeah. Putin, check the About page on our channel. You'll find the email address. Give me an email and I'll give you the links. It's easy. And then, I mean, you can make the GIFs just by making 21 frame GIFs, and then one of the 21 has the blink. And that's the natural blinking pattern for a human for the most part. And that's why it looks natural. It's easy to do. Yeah, but I got to go on the hunt for something. Give me like 45 seconds here. I'll be as quick as I can.
Oh, here we go. It's the me part of the show where I'm just like left on my own, thrown under the bus. And quite frankly, I had no idea what I was going to talk to Dick about tonight. So I don't know how I'm going to talk to you about, about nothing. PJ, how's your day been? How's the shape of the earth going? Still flat? No, of course it's not. Hey, I was engaging with the chat. What else am I supposed to do?
Thank God I was quick. Okay.
Yeah. Phew.
Yeah. I didn't get the beer I'll inevitably need. Okay, wait a minute here. Let me just restart my lips. All right. Okay. Oh, sorry. I don't want to make crinkle sounds. 1 second.
No, I'll just let Doggy make sounds instead. She's got this little food bowl with like it's supposed to be like a toy that it spins around and has treats and things in it, but she likes to eat her food out of it. And so what she's doing right now is walking around the thing, spinning it around and spreading all the food, all the kibbles all over the floor.
See, you're just confirming everything why I don't have a dog.
Mm.
You know,
you certainly don't want one that's nuts crazy like this one.
It gets going and it sounds like a. No, I don't think. I was going to say a thing, but I'm not sure I should.
The thing you normally say.
Yeah. Sounds like Japanese porn.
I didn't know it was any different.
Oh God. Okay, I just had to say. I had to pick. Yeah. Yeah, Shada in the chat there on our mod team. She's got 2 dogs that like literally dwarf her, and they just use her as like a pillow and stuff. It's funny. She'll send a picture, and you should just be like peeking out from dog. Yeah, I'm not into that. I remember we had a cat when Felix was like 4 years old. And you know how a cat will rub up against your leg when you're standing there?
Yeah.
Yeah, the cat would do that to Felix, and he would take like 2 steps back and just look at it like, what are you doing? Yeah. Boundaries there, kitty. You know, yeah. He was not impressed. We gave it to a good home.
The lake.
No. We're animal lovers in this house, man. Oh yeah.
No, you're not.
That's true.
Well, you love them, but
I don't want them living here, but I like them. You know.
Yeah. Well, that's like I love whales as well, and I wouldn't want them in the fucking house.
Yeah. I mean, we get deer here, and we go out and feed them by hand, right? You know, Felix goes out and he's got a camera, and he starts photographing them and stuff, and pretending he's a wildlife photographer and whatnot. He loves that. Oh yeah.
They must be getting used to hamburger helper and pasta by now then.
Jesus Christ. Hamburger helper. Come on now. You know, it's true that my son likes that crap, but you know, more often than not, I'll make like a home baked mac and cheese and stuff. Give me a break here. I think I hear your mother calling.
That would be clever.
Yeah. First,
amazing.
Yeah. What about strange pets? Who in the chat has had a weird pet? The kind of thing where your friends come over and they just go, "What the hell?" You know?
But a pet log. Yeah, bought from a gift shop somewhere in Scotland. I mean, how the hell can you? What an amazing invention that was. Just like get some wood, chop it up into small pieces, put some googly eyes on it, and sell it in the gift shop as a pet log.
Wait, this actually is a thing?
Yes.
Wow. So somebody went. If people are dumb enough to buy a pet rock,
here's the next one.
Yeah.
The story of the pet rock is fascinating, absolutely amazing. It's like how can you sell like a 10-ton bag of gravel and make $1 billion? I know.
Oh yeah, that's genius, man. It is, you know. I love that. I love
it is
that.
Genius. It
Other
is genius.
people like the dude with the slinky. He worked real hard to figure out the right kind of wire to use to make it do its thing. And, like 3M or whoever it was made silly putty and people didn't know what to do with it. And a guy tried to sell it and so on and so forth. And it took forever, right? And here you go. Some idiot puts a rock in a box and boom, he's rich. I mean, wow.
It's like silly string. I think that actually was designed with a practical purpose. Don't ask me what it was, but I think it was designed for a practical purpose, maybe something to do with the military.
It was a portable bidet.
I think it was used for a portable bidet. No, I think it was used for looking for trip wires and things like that. Like in Vietnam, so you could spray it. And it would hang on tripwires.
Oh,
yeah, and
wow, that actually makes sense.
Yeah,
took you long enough to get there, but
I might be talking absolute utter bollocks. But yeah, I think there was a practical purpose, and then of course it just turned into silly string. You just spray in people's faces and annoy the fuck out of them.
That's funny, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt that something like that is totally true. Or maybe it wasn't developed for that, but it was developed in a lab and some guy that had been through military training went, wait a minute, that would actually be useful if it was like, fluorescent or like stood out, you could use it at night, and
I actually invented a thing and I thought, God, this could be really useful if I could develop it. I had no idea what to do with it. But basically, it was foaming carbon fiber.
Wow!
So basically, what you can do is it was all mixed up in a pot. So you had carbon fiber.
You could spray a crashed McLaren out of a can.
basically, yeah. It was amazing the results I got. It was foamed like foam, but carbon fiber. So it was strong as fuck.
Wow.
Yeah, I was saying to my brother, it's the sort of thing the military could use. Have like you can imagine having like sandbags, but they come flat. You just break the mixtures, shake it up, and then and you have like sandbags. You could fucking drive tanks over.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, and
never knew what to do with it though.
And if you're wondering, how strong carbon fiber can really be, check out a video on YouTube. I mean, there's a bunch of them, but watch modern Formula One cars having crashes. They're open cockpit, no roof or anything, right? And the car disintegrates around them, but the survival cell that they're sitting in is always intact. And you watch it and you go, oh, well, I guess somebody's going to need a new job, that person's gone. And when they tip the car back over, the guy just gets out, waves to the crowd, walks away. It's unbelievable what can be done with carbon fiber. It's so strong.
But I bet he has to buy some new underwear though.
Oh, right.
They haven't fixed that problem.
I'm sad right now because today was the last Formula One race of the season. No spoilers from me. You're not allowed to do that on our channel. Never give away racing spoilers. But
let me get out the tiny violin.
Yeah. It sucks though. I gotta wait now, right? It was a good season. Really good season. Even though one guy kind of romped away with the title, well, very much did, to record numbers. The rest of the racing for position and all that and yada yada throughout the field was awesome. So it really depends on how you look at things, right?
Why don't you watch it in reverse now, and then you can see who loses? Because everybody loses.
God, you're a confusing person. It's just. Are you sure it's not you spinning the little food dish thing?
Yeah. I'm not sure what's doing anything at the minute.
1 second. Somebody's on the stairs. Hold on.
Oh. Yeah. So what was it? Yeah, carbon fiber imploding the Titanic sub was proof that it was the wrong material. Yeah. Well, it was substandard carbon fiber. That was the problem. He used some leftover stuff, so he got cheap. Idiot. And also, I never understood about that because he did it to a certain thickness, a certain tolerance. Fuck, it's carbon fiber. Just do it twice as thick. Why? Why skimp on it?
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like you need to make the thing lighter. It's gonna sink.
That whole situation I find very strange. I do remember Mike Bertelson, longtime friend of the channel around here. He is a designing engineer. Like, he helps design nuclear submarines for the American military. Yeah. And he instantly had 2 YouTube links for me to watch on why the design of the submarine was catastrophic to begin with because of using carbon fiber and it wasn't done properly. And people already knew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which sucks, right? Because that means that there's a loss of life that actually could have been prevented, right? This is one of those moments like Mad Mike, the flat earth guy that shot himself up in the rocket a couple of times, a steam powered rocket because, that's what NASA would do.
Yeah, no, his only problem with that was he didn't bother to check the parachutes.
Yeah. But that's brutal, right? I saw the video and he goes up and it arcs and it starts coming down and it just plummets like Wile E. Coyote heading for the canyon floor, man. That's rough to watch because it's real,
Well, thankfully, he'd probably potentially have passed out before he actually hit the ground. So,
no, well, the first time it happened to him and they didn't deploy properly, he landed and survived.
Yeah.
Right?
Did he break his neck?
Oh, yeah. He was messed up. So, of course, you try again.
It's like a kid coming off a fairground ride going, again.
Yeah,
again.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And the first time he was probably so scared, he forgot to look out the window to see the curve. And as such, yeah. I looked down, I'd shat my pants. I looked up and I was already facing the ground. I didn't get to see, The
funny thing was about all that is he didn't give a shit about the earth being flat or anything like that. He just used that because
as publicity, I think. Yeah.
It was publicity and also sponsorship because he knew he could get a lot of money from flat earth people who seemed to be very willing to open up their wallets
to watch a man kill himself,
to fund stupid ventures that don't prove anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. They won't fund any of the ventures that will actually prove that the Earth is a globe. No. We'll just go for the silly ones.
Yeah, but there's people that fund Bigfoot expeditions and stuff too, right? It gets a little bit strange,
Well, Bigfoot is I think is a completely different thing to like flat Earth because obviously we know the Earth's not flat. It's as simple as that because it's just not. Shut up. Bigfoot, on the other hand, is still a question. I don't think he exists really, but he still could. That's the difference. There's still the question there.
I guess maybe there's a whole like species of Bigfoots, but they got like Viet Cong style tunnels and they're just running underground right now, laughing at us trying to find them.
No, they just dress up as rednecks when they see people coming. They put a plaid shirt on and a hat and a what do you call it? One of those like a I forget the name of the tractor hat and all.
Who do you think started QAnon? It's the Sasquatches, man. Come on, you got to keep up in this world. You got to know what's going on.
They got onto the dark web.
Yeah. Marshall Jones in the chat. I want DNA evidence of Bigfoot. But if we got that, it would just be Charlie from down the road in a suit, like It's still gonna be a person.
Yeah.
You know?
What are you gonna do? Put it onto one of those DNA web, check sites.
Yeah.
When they'll find out, oh, it's half Viking and half your mother.
Yeah.
Oh. Ooh.
Because the whole idea of a Bigfoot being able to evade us and stay hidden and be like, maybe it's still true, means that we've got a seriously intelligent creature that is still completely haired from top to bottom and whatnot. And so far, our evidence in all kinds of different scientific fields tell us that's not really gonna be the case, right? By the time you get to the level of like house building and stuff, the complete hair thing seems to only happen with beer drinking pickup truck owners.
Well, this is one of the things is they do talk about the fact that he's incredibly intelligent, but yet has not invented shoes.
Yeah, see, right? Yeah.
Otherwise, he wouldn't be known as Big Feet. He'd be known as Big Shoe.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, and Nike and Adidas would be in a fight right now over the copyright to the tread design. Yeah. But I think it's more likely that it's like it was in the $6 Million Man. And Bigfoot is actually an alien robot that was left here to watch and, see what we're up to.
Oh, was that the explanation?
Yeah. The bionic man hooked up with Bigfoot, ripped his arm off or something and saw he was a robot and then ended up meeting the aliens.
Oh, no. Oh, God, I've got to find that episode.
Oh, yeah. They just grabbed Fonzie's bike and jumped the shark, baby. It was bad.
When he ripped his arm off, did he go like, hey, we're brothers?
Yeah, well, it was like this moment of recognition. Like, do you know Oscar? Did he build you too? No, I'm kidding. But
is it
Fembot.
like when Luke?
Yeah.
When Luke cuts off Darth Vader's hand and he looks at it and he holds his own robotic hand to his face and he goes, yes, I understand now.
Yes.
No one else did, but yeah, I understand now.
This has all happened before, and it will all happen again. Wait a minute. Cut.
Wait.
Wrong property, Hamill. What the hell? So
it's frustrating because they are actually playing the $6 Million Man on the telly here, and I put it on, and the wife comes around and I'm not watching this fucking rubbish, and turn over to something else.
I was just going to say, is that when your teeth bash off your microphone because you were slapped in the back of the head?
God, then she'll put on the rubbish she wants to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I that's one thing that like my parents, by the time I was 10 years old, they had given up and they had enough money that they could literally just have an environment where they each had a living room. And they didn't bother trying to tolerate each other's crap anymore. They just watched what they wanted in their own environments until they were like, hey, do you want to watch a movie after? Yeah, cool. And they'd get some alcohol out or whatever. But when it came to wanting to watch their own shows, they were just like, fuck you. It was hilarious.
Was the alcohol the only way they could tolerate each other's company?
By then, probably. No. They stayed together and, the whole bit. Yeah. But
to the bitter end.
Yeah, but my dad was into dry documentary, war, and animal stuff and whatnot, and my mom was a soap opera junkie and stuff, and it just,
They be clash.
Oh yeah, yeah, they were quite different people. It was that opposites thing, very much so, right?
Well, they could have watched, that fantastic series, The World at War. 24 episodes, which is kind of like a soap story.
They both liked. I think it was.
There it is. There's that funny guy Hitler. What is he doing this week? Is he?
Yeah, I'm not
Poland?
so sure on that. Yeah.
It could.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it should just be written in a slightly different way. We could redo.
No.
We could redo the Second World War as a a comedy, kind of like soap opera.
Mr. Spock has a good one there. Is Glenn A. Larson still alive? I wonder because, wow, is he behind some amazing stuff, you know? Oh, yeah.
Name 3.
Glenn A. Larson?
Well, obviously he did, Battlestar Galactica, Buck Rogers, and I'm trying to think of the other stuff he did. Because he must have done other stuff beyond that.
Is he the A-Team or is that Belisario? Because they're the two big ones for shows like that back in that day.
I think that was Belisario.
Right?
I think I might be wrong. I might be barking up the wrong tree.
And I think Larson is Magnum PI.
Is he?
Or is he Simon and Simon? But he had a PI show, didn't he?
Oh.
God, I'm so confused now because I don't really know this stuff that well, right?
They all seem to like blend together into one mishmash.
Now, if we were other YouTubers, we would be Googling this in the background so that we're always right. But A, we're not smart enough. B, we don't multitask very well. And C, we don't give a rat's ass. We'd rather just have the conversation like we're hanging out because that's what we're doing.
Yeah, so come sue us, Glenn A. Larson, if we get the facts wrong.
Don't. Come and talk to us and hang out, dude. Oh, man, are you kidding? I'd love to chat with that guy. Yeah. He did a lot for my childhood. Him and Belisario both, Yeah. Yeah, those guys are awesome. And Post on the audio.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did so many tricks. It's unbelievable.
Oh yeah. I think is it Belisario who's also in on writing music for his own stuff, or was that Larson? No, I think it's Larson because I do believe Larson and Mike Post are the ones behind the Magnum PI theme. Holy. I'm trying to remember the credits. I can usually remember what I read, but that's a long time ago, man. My daughter thinks she saw Bigfoot. What was this? What's the story, Nira? I'd like to hear that. What area too? Like what area of the world?
On television.
Knight Rider. Larson is Knight Rider, isn't he?
I don't know.
God.
I dare not say now, because just in case I'm wrong.
Yeah. I love how you could push a button that has turbo written on it, and a car could just jump over a tractor trailer, because why not? That was awesome. Could you imagine if the car had that much actual change in velocity, your rib cage would have gone through your body, through the seat you're sitting in, and probably would have pierced the fuel tank at the back of the car to make it explode. It would have been brutal, man.
Do you think that's what happened at Niagara Falls? The guy goes, "Oh, what does this button do?"
Yeah. Okay, Niagara Falls. Who wakes up in the morning and thinks to themselves, you know what? My life isn't exciting enough, and not enough people know who I am. So to cure that, I'm going to get in a barrel and go over Niagara Falls, because that's a good idea. Who does that?
Yeah. I probably would if I drank the contents of the barrel first. How many times did people do that though? That was
I wouldn't doubt it's got to be like
lot.
Yeah, I think it's got to be up in the 30s by now. right?
I thought it was more than that. I thought it just like became a fad.
There was even like one crazy broad that did it back in the early photography black and white days.
Yeah.
Chick just decides that she's going over in a barrel. What the hell?
Did they like, often get like just like dashed on the when they hits the bottom, or did the barrel survive but they didn't because they just like turned into mush on the inside?
That's true. And if so, is that barrel now used for rare Scotch whiskey? Marshall Jones in the chat, I need DNA evidence of Hasselhoff. At this point, he's been rebuilt so many times that he's going to look 75 forever. It's funny.
Do you know Planet Hollywood have got his mustache on display in one of their restaurants?
That's disgusting. Are you kidding?
No, of course I'm kidding.
Okay.
An idiot.
Well, maybe he shaved it off for charity at one point and they grabbed it all and glued it back together, right? Yeah. Mind the flies. We can't seem to get rid of them.
Yeah. Maybe I'll start selling Tom Selleck's mustache on eBay.
Yeah.
I've run out of Jesus's fingers, so it's got to start selling something else now.
Yeah, I've been selling pieces of the cross for about 30 years now. Works great. I have an old barn cross out back, and people get pretty uptight about that Shroud of Turin. That's a big deal. Right? I think it's oh god damn it, what's the word? Stupid.
Bullshit.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Come on. Right? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, Mr. Spock says it's been debunked. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. God.
Yeah,
religious artifacts. Just there was one came up recently that it came up and I had it listed down as to do a story on the 42 show, which is yet another one of those statues of the Virgin Mary that was, blood was apparently leaking from her eyes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I swear they build those things with rubber pipe tubes in them.
It has a ketchup bladder built inside, right? Yeah.
It was just because there's so many of those things made. I think it was just a manufacturing defect.
yeah, exactly. No, it was some clown in the background that got paid by the Pope directly to do that. He was like, we got a contract with Heinz. It's going to really work. Tithing will go up. Yeah. Don't worry. I'll make sure your children go to college. But people eat that shit up.
They always seem to happen in places like Mexico. I don't know what it's same with the alien bodies and things.
The statues are more porous there, so the ketchup flows more freely.
No, Mexicans seem to be like really, really hyper on all this super. I would say superstitious, but it's supernatural stuff. They seem to be really, really keen on it, and it's always like gibberish, like, "Oh, there's a chupacabra." No, it's just a manky old dog running down the road. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're not wrong there. Okay, yeah, I'll give you there. What's the little beep going on?
I'm not hitting on the Mexicans who are actually, watching the show.
Yeah. I'm quite the fan of Mexico with Sergio Perez and Formula One and yada yada and blah blah and so on and so forth. And my son, Eugenio Derbez is his favorite person alive, and we have Mexican food night literally like twice a month to make sure that we can sit down and watch one of these guys' movies and stuff. It's really cute, but. And I love the brightly lovely colors of things. Like you get a cool, proper Mexican neighborhood, not like some tourist trap part, but the homes and all the stuff are like lighter colors and nice. And, you know, you go to like Southern Ontario and 3/4 of everything is just this dark red brick. And it's just, you know, I like it.
Red painted barns that are just like falling to bits. And
and I like how they took that whole Day of the Dead from the Bond movie and just went, you know what? Good idea. Let's party.
Wait a minute. I think you got the shoe on the wrong foot there. Didn't they do it the other way around?
No.
They were already doing it.
No.
The Bond thing didn't invent it.
Yeah, the Bond thing, as I understand it, the Bond thing is celebrating a fake celebration, and the Mexicans were just like, that's awesome, and kept it going. They're not doing the Festival of the Dead because it's in the wrong time. So I think because they filmed in Mexico at the wrong time to do it, Mexico now does a celebration on the same day. It's something like that. But it actually spawned a new one or something, right? Yeah. That's how I understand it. Maybe I got it wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And any culture that finds a reason to put on a serious party just because is fucking awesome in my book, right?
and it's probably going to be Mexico.
Yeah, you know, those cats know how to party, man.
We should have a Bond day where everybody dresses up as Bond and walks down the street and doing a Bond carnival and floats of all the different movies represented.
How UK are you?
That'd be fantastic.
Should we have an Aston Martin day too and just parade the cars around?
Why not?
I like the cars, actually, to be honest. But I wouldn't call them pillars of quality.
Why? How dare you? How dare you insult the industrious British nation who brought you
that sold the brand and still just builds them?
You'll be having a go at the Austin Allegro next.
I don't have to. History already did that for me. Yeah. What does James May say about the Austin Princess? Very interesting car. First car commercially available to obscure the windshield washer spindles. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. What happens in a T-bone collision? You die, but you can't see the wiper spindles.
See, thing is, when that car came out, it was like, oh, that's the future. It was like this futuristic wedge shape.
It looks like an AMC Gremlin that's been fitted with the Citroen suspension. That it's all gassy and floaty, right? It's a horrific little shitbox beast. But I wouldn't pick on Britain as the only culprit for that during that whole malaise oil crisis era. I mean, look at the AMC Pacer, right? It's a goldfish bowl with an engine attached to the front. It's just awful. One door is longer than the other because that makes sense, Oh, man. Automotive craziness back in the day. There was a lot of dangerous stuff, right? Yeah. Like I remember being like 6 years old, 5 years old. We lived in near Vancouver, really near Vancouver at the time. And we were driving down with another family in their car, heading for California to do Disneyland and stuff. And we went through the Oregon coast and visited the Sea Lion Caves and Crater Lake and all this stuff. We did that a few times, actually. But I remember one time we did it, and I needed to have a nap because I was tired. So my parents' advice was to curl up on the back dash above the back seat in the window because it's more flat and nice to curl up on. Now, imagine my father has to hit the brakes in an emergency and we're flying down the highway. I would have been literally like a trial missile going through the front windshield, taking their heads off as I went, right? It's unbelievable. But yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
Did you have the same craze that we had over here in the UK of having those like plastic nodding dogs sitting on the back shelf of the car?
Thankfully, no.
Because I was just wondering if they couldn't afford one and they just got you on the back shelf for when they're doing it. No, seriously, there was a point in time where it was just like, well, if you didn't have one, you don't drive a cooking car, mate. You had like like a dachshund or something, one of those flocked it's plastic, but then it's been flocked, so it looks like it's got fur and everything like that, with just basically spring holding the head on, and it would just like nod along as you drove along. Yeah, on the back of the car.
Puppy's not impressed.
BME knows what I'm talking about. He knows.
You do crazy things over there sometimes, man.
Hey, if it's crazy, we get it from you guys first.
Maybe.
Mm. Hey, talking of crazy. Oh, no, hey, check the chat. What
am I supposed to do?
Whee! Look at that. Some of the along the line, I've been donated a membership.
What happened? Really?
I can use the emojis.
Wow. Who's dumb enough to do that?
I don't know. Somebody accidentally gave me a membership.
Wait, I don't see that in the things. The apps aren't showing me if somebody did something. Juvenile hood ornament. Croat.
No, I think it was a couple of days ago.
Oh, okay.
Recent.
Yeah. What the hell are you telling me now for then?
I'm not even too sure why I'm not getting fucking membership from fucking now. It's like, what? Why do I have to pay for this shit? I'm here every bloody night.
Yeah, I have to pay for one so that I have them. I'm barely even in the live chat because I'm always, clicking and doing things in the background as well, right?
Yeah, no, I had one when I was under my DKG custom name, and I started using, I swapped to this. So it says Dunk instead of DKG Custom because no one knows who the hell that is. Yeah, so I thought I'd swap it around, and I never rejoined because I thought, why should I?
Oh, that's why I can't afford my new Lincoln Continental. No, I'm just kidding. I would never buy one of those. Yeah. Shop American. Why? Vanos problems and this and that and all kinds of mechanical woe. Don't do it. Not right now. Not right now. Actually, you know what? When it comes to modern new cars, I'm not sure there's all that many I would even recommend, to be honest. There's so many car companies that have been pushed to the brink to try to still give powerful performance and snappy feeling cars with insane emissions ratings and fuel mileage and stuff that there's a lot of companies that have quite a few problems mechanically with quite a few things. They've just been pushed too far. And yet they're making billions in profit. So I do believe they could have done better. But, as a blanket, actual piece of consumer advice, I mean, I can take your average engine and, strip it down, take the heads off and stuff and whatnot. I'm pretty good with a wrench. And if anybody was like, I don't know anything about cars, I just want to know what to buy and not be screwed over, get something made by Toyota or Lexus.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's almost got to the point now where you can't really go wrong with the Japanese stuff.
Especially the Toyotas, though, like even above Honda now, right? Toyotas are just unbelievably rock solid. They barely ever have that thing where you watch like a mechanic for like a specialized mechanic for BMWs or something, and some of the newer Mercs, quite a few of them actually, and stuff. And you've got to basically run for cover from those cars as soon as they're out of warranty. But a Toyota, you can always buy them and just expect to get 200,000 miles as long as you actually maintain it and do it properly, right?
Well, even then, you could they'll probably still do it anyway. Yeah, I mean, I took one mine went into the shop the other day. They couldn't. Yeah, it was a minor issue. They couldn't figure it out, and then just like gave me the keys back. They said, "Go take it away." It's cured itself.
Yeah,
it's like, I was going to get this guy come out to check out some car electronics guy to have a look at it. It's cured itself. So what would be the point in getting someone to come out to try and diagnose something that's not there anymore?
Yeah,
it'd be impossible.
Yeah,
but But it's great when I bring it in because they just call it you brought in the old faithful, have you?
Yeah.
Because they know if I take my Toyota Land Cruiser into a garage or I have like a mechanic look at it, they go, oh yeah, these are the great cars. Oh, yeah, amazing.
There's David.
They do go wrong. Sorry, just putting out.
Yeah, David K in the chat there says I can get 25 mile per gallon in a Hemi Challenger. Hemi Challenger, they can shut down some cylinders and stuff. Cool engine and a cool car. Especially this is the last year of the real big V8 Chrysler cars. Like now that it's Stellantis and everything, right? They're going to be scaling them back, and they're going to be turbo stressed sixes and stuff. Keep that Challenger for a little while and watch it hold its value and start coming back around. Do not be in a rush to sell that car.
You're not going to see the reign of the muscle car in the same way, because I mean, in the muscle cars, you used to be a reasonably priced muscle car. These days, they're in the 200,000, 300,000 range, aren't they? Not
an American muscle car, no.
Really? Are they still making
them?
No,
you can get a Hemi Challenger new for around like 90 grand or something.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm Canadian, so, again, I could be like overselling it to your local price. I'm not really sure. But, even the new Corvette Z06, I think they run about 89,000 or 94,000 base price. And, that's a beast, man. There's a couple of Mustangs that are high performance too, that are beasts that aren't exactly 100 grand either, Yeah. And the Mustang, the modern one, at least it's got independent rear suspension finally, so it can really, the modern ones can really handle too. They're not really muscle cars anymore; they're sports cars.
See, in the demise of the Top Gear series, and I mean the proper one. I don't mean the one that has finally been cancelled. I mean the proper one, the Clarks and the gang.
Yeah.
I don't really know much about cars anymore. The modern cars, or like all the ones, I just see them, think, you remember the days when you had like things like, the Sierra Cosworth and the Ford Escort RS,
the ones we didn't get.
Yeah, but they're kind of like beefed up family cars, and basically based on rally cars.
Same with Nissan Skyline and stuff. Those were beefed up family cars too, and the Lancer Evo and stuff, right? Yeah, those are gone too.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I don't know because
there is the Civic Type R nowadays, but as far as I understand, the Civic Type R is a flat-out front-wheel drive, but it's got like a trick diff, and it's really good, and it's great and stuff. But I'm from the era where front-wheel drive is simply for the weak, and I'm not buying a front-wheel drive sports. It's not happening. No way.
Yeah, the point I was trying to get to is with the demise of Top Gear is because you don't have that kind of like normal, like Sunday night programming to see these things. I haven't a clue unless I have to go out and buy magazines and shit like that. It's just
There's a few YouTubers carrying the torch now, but unfortunately, you consume it in 14-minute chunks, and it's not the same as like the TV show where you get a few in one and stuff, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
and they're cheap, not well produced, and boring.
Well, even the ones that are well produced, it's still not quite the same, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a magazine program. It's just like
I miss that. I agree too. Can't be F-wheel drive and be a sports car. Yeah, Marshall. As much as the front wheel drives try and stuff, scrubbing off speed in a tight corner because of the oversteer of the front wheel drive and stuff just ain't my game, man. I like the throttle tip it through and oh yeah. I need 1 second. Sorry, dude. I'll be 1 second here.
Yeah, PJ says he paid $300 for an old 2-liter Sierra about 20 years ago. Drove for miles without ever breaking down. Yeah, I had a Sierra. I had a really nice Sierra that I bought just when we were getting married, and it had lovely alloy wheels and stuff like that. It was just poncing up the car. It wasn't making the car any better, but I was having serious issues with it, and was it with the radiator was leaking or something? I couldn't get it down like 20 miles down the road without it breaking down, and then it got stolen. Someone stole it and managed to get it like to the other end of the country. And it was like, how the hell did they manage to do that?
It's called a trailer.
Never thought of that. They wrote it off in the end.
Yeah,
so
they took it to a garage in Scotland. Yeah, that's the Sierra Cosworth. The dual wing one designed by what's his name? I think it's Peter Stevens. We got this strange version called the Mercure XR4 Ti, and we got the normal engine turbo, not the Cosworth one. We never got the Cosworth engine here. It's bull crap, because we've got basically the same car, except it doesn't rev like it's not the same, It's the same with the amazing Mercedes 190E with the Cosworth engine. We didn't get the true Cosworth one over here, so most North Americans don't understand that there's actually a really good Mercedes that looks like that. Because we didn't get it, right?
PJ in the chat says the worst car he had was the Austin Allegro. My dad has a firmed car estate version, and nothing but broke down all the time. Horrendous car. Actually, I had an Austin Allegro. It was my mum's car, and when she died, I got it, and I had no problems with it whatsoever until I drove into a ditch on a snowy day.
I thought you were going to say until I started it up and went to the store.
Yeah. What was it? I had a Vauxhall Chevette, which I managed to do an amazing thing of reversing out the garage, because we had one of those double garages with a pillar in the middle, and I reversed out with the door open. it just folded it back on itself. Fucking moron.
That's funny.
I don't particularly have a great history on car ownership.
I've had some slick, cool cars over my time. Oh, yeah. I mean, my first car was a 1978 Pontiac Trans Am 6.6, like the Smokey and the Bandit one, right? So,
I was going to say, did you have a big 10-gallon hat and a mustache to go with it?
No, but I had the T-tops. Yeah, it was cool, right? That was really cool. But back then, you were able to write your learner's test and book your appointment and take your driver's test like a week later and simply go get yourself a car. Nowadays, it takes like 2 years or something. It's ridiculous. And during that 2 years, do they give a rat's ass if your driver training is any good in North America? No. They just simply make you wait and then give you another test. And the test is BS. I mean, in my opinion, North American driver training and the standard of driving is terrible. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's just so many people that do so many things wrong. Like everywhere I go, you get people that are making a left turn. And what do? They left turn into the right-hand lane because coming up, they're going to turn right. But as they do that, the other people that can turn right can no longer turn right because you're being an idiot. And you're supposed to left turn into the left lane of a duel when you're going, right? They're just you're not the only person in the world. And if everybody would just do those things better, traffic would flow better. But you got all these people who are like, oh, I'm in such a rush that one car can't get in front of me, so I have to block this person coming out of McDonald's or whatever. No, you don't. Just give them space.
It'll all be solved when all the cars are connected to the web and everything's all self-driving and
Yeah. What we need is bumper cars where everybody has an electric connection above. Because when you're all being idiots, then the powers that be can just lower the power and slow it down.
I thought you were going to say it should be more like the Italians. Yeah, with bumper cars. So you just get into traffic and basically just like cuddle up to each other. Yeah, you can just switch your engine off and just put it in neutral.
Yeah,
someone at the back is pushing all the traffic along.
Yeah. That would make it. But that would be more exciting, right? Where if everybody had a vehicle where we could all bounce off each other, and it would just be like funny and stuff, and it's not like, hey, you just cost me $6,000, you ass, or whatever, That's what we need is cars that are wrapped in silly string. Now we have a practical application for silly string, right?
Or it's like big hamster wheels, those like inflatable spheres, just everybody just like sits inside one of those and just like rumble along.
Yeah. We'd all be thinner. I don't want a method of transportation that takes a lot of effort. Like, how you got these new e-bikes, and you got two kinds of e-bikes. One just gives more performance to your pedaling, and the
power assist.
And the other one lets you just use the pedals as foot pegs and simply drive along. Yeah, I'm a fan of one, not so much of the other. Can you guess how that works out?
My son has one of the like the power assisted ones, and God, it must make a difference. Oh no, it makes a difference because when the power goes out, you can hardly fucking pedal the thing. Well,
you're dragging a lot of weight, then, right?
You're dragging a lot of weight. You're also having to force against the motor as well. So it's terrible idea. I bought it for him. I wish we never got it.
They should be clutched so that the motor can be completely engaged. So there's not quite so much resistance when you have to pedal alone, right? But yeah,
we I had a mountain bike once that was like a big frame, big chunky tires, and what you don't realize when you buy the bike is actually that's just more work. They might be more rugged, but you have to put a lot more energy in, as opposed to like getting a racer with skinny tires and stuff like that.
It's the same with rear suspension. Every time you pedal, the suspension does a little bit of a push, and that takes some of the energy away from your propulsion. But a lot of people that are like just driving a bike down the road get a full suspension bike because they're cool, and it's heavier, and you're putting less energy through the drive, right? You're better off with a hardtail for sure. But it's funny that way, A friend of mine was a bike courier in Toronto years ago, and he explained how you still want front shocks on a hardtail because all you have to do is get up on your feet. Your legs are your suspension now, and the front shocks will take it from your hands, so you're good. But when you pedal, you're not losing efficiency, and then that way you're not working harder, right? Yeah. So he had
makes sense.
Yeah, he had a front shock, really nice bike for work, and then he had a full suspension for actually doing downhill, what they're built for, right? Yeah.
So they don't sort of really like tell you these sort of things. If you go down to a bicycle shop to buy a bike, they don't fucking care. They just want to sell you something.
Yeah.
And if you go, oh, this one looks cool, and you go, yeah, okay, we'll sell it to you. We won't tell you why you shouldn't have it.
Yeah.
But, we'll just sell it to you because, you think it looks cool because it's got all the bits and bobs on it. I remember seeing, bikes that actually made themselves more like motorcycles than they did bicycles anyway. They had like, just like fairings and covers.
Yeah,
on them
I had one of those as a
motorbike.
kid. Yeah, and it's just more cumbersome and heavy. It sucks.
One of the advantages.
There was a note from a mod. Linda in the chat was concerned about a thing that popped up, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's a membership thing. We just recently switched from Stream Labs alerts to Stream Elements. We're using a new service now. And every now and then it just goes spastastic and starts, like in my activity feed right now, it says that 12 people just did Shill Apprentice. But I don't know if those are old alerts that are just slowly catching up or something, or maybe they're gifts from a few days ago. It just seems to do its thing, but I wouldn't worry about it. I'm 100% confident that if you go look at your financials after, you haven't been touched for anything.
Yeah, it says it says you've become a sponsor if you've been gifted a membership.
But it also
that's what I saw when I go, oh, I'm a sponsor. I'm on the fucking show. What are you talking about?
No, but I did the thing to import old alerts and stuff, old activity from Streamlabs to Stream Elements, and it seems to slowly do 20 of them once a day.
Right.
So it could be a really old thing. It could just be, a gift from 3 months ago that you had for a month, or who knows, right? I'm not really sure. But I do know at this point that it's giving a lot of alerts that are either old or something. So I wouldn't worry about it. I don't think, I
mean, the thing is, what you can do is just go and check your membership status and just say, if you're really concerned, just cancel. I'm sure there'll just be a cancel button. If you're really concerned that it's, we're sapping your bank account.
Yeah. And I mean, if you're signed up with YouTube for payment stuff and whatnot, there should be a record and you'll see it, but I don't think you're gonna. I think it's from a previous gift. We've had a lot of gifted memberships around here, and that's what I think it's doing. I'm just, I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close, I think. Let's see here. I got about, 20 minutes or so. I do have to do a supper thing after and whatnot. I have to switch gears and get back into household mode here. We're gonna have movie night, so I get to, keep enjoying myself after, and keep it light and fun. I don't know what we're gonna watch yet. We might get into some animated DC Justice League stuff or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when he says movie night, he means him and Felix, not.
I should be more clear on that. Yeah. Yeah, I've got very much a parenting evening coming up.
Everybody's going to be joining, going, where's the movie? Where's the
movie? Yeah. I could share it over into the Discord at the same time, but, I wonder. He has been doing the Blues Brothers quite a bit, so he might ask for Belushi movie.
Mm.
You know, maybe I could switch to Animal House. Have to
Have
see.
you? What about Blues Brothers 2000?
No, it's not got Belushi, right? So
No.
yeah, I don't think he was overly impressed.
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah. I think he like tried watching like 10 minutes and was just like, no. He can't replace characters in his world. He doesn't like that. He watched the newest Ghostbusters Afterlife movie and was quite confused until the end when they finally showed up.
Right.
You know.
Not seen that one. Not too sure I want to, really.
It's decent. You know, I didn't dislike it. It's not like sitting there watching that McCarthy chick.
God, that was a bad movie.
I haven't seen it. I'm just not a fan of hers. I just, you know.
No, it was a bad movie. A lot of people will say, "Oh, it's just because you're sexy, some misogynistic git." No, it was a bad movie. Look, come on, let's just be honest. It was a bad movie.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of hers. I can't do it. It's the same with Will Ferrell. I don't watch his stuff either. Can't do it. It drives me nuts. What's everybody got on their watch list coming up in the chat? Any TV shows or movies that you're into right now, or you're really excited for, or whatever? I find myself looking at what's out right now and just going, "Oh God," you know. And really, I end up doing housework instead. That's you know.
Yeah, but what you need to do is get a good soundtrack to go along with your housework. You know, then make it better. Make it sound more like an adventure.
Yeah.
Dick Dawson, the man on the edge. In a world where washing is stacking up, one man can come to the task.
Yeah.
Lone Wolf Dawson takes on the washing. Dun, dun, dun.
No, that makes me sound inept. I'm not a fan of that. I do I do though right now. Like I'm just not finding a lot that I want to watch, you know? There just recent For All Mankind just restarted. I do like that show quite a bit. But other than that, there doesn't seem to be a lot of things going on right now that I just want to watch.
I don't know what you mean.
The Golden Bachelor. Never heard of that. Rick and Morty. Oh yeah, that's animated show, right? I keep hearing people talk about Rick and Morty. I've not seen it before. I might have to give that a shout because all the nerd channels I watch about computers and stuff talk about Rick and Morty.
Yeah, but that's one of those series you're going to have to go back 20 seasons to start from the beginning.
Whole lot. Wow, really? It's that old?
I don't know. No, it's not old, but I think it's one of those sort of. It's like The Simpsons. You know, it's just a lot of it.
Wow.
I think. I'm not sure. I don't watch it either.
Greg in the chat says, I like True Lies and Mr. and Mrs. Smith wasn't bad either. Yeah, I liked both of those, actually. Those were fun. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Not new, though.
Yeah. We've got our own server for media and stuff, so I'll go and put a couple of seasons of Rick and Morty in and see what Felix and I think. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll probably like it because there's a lot about Rick and Morty is very, very similar to Doc and Marty from Back to the Future. There's a lot of similarities between the two.
Oh, Felix would love that then for sure. Yeah, he's a huge fan of those movies. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, well, I didn't start watching until season 5 and immediately went back and watched from the beginning, says Chris. And that's Rick and Morty. So yeah. All right. All right.
Yeah, everyone's talking about Fifth Element. I love the Fifth Element. It's a great movie. Again, it's an old one.
Yeah. I
It's
think
an old
that's.
one.
I think we've got that in the Plex server. That is. I don't remember it. I don't think I've watched it.
No.
Lilu and the crazy outfit. What's her name?
Yeah. Mila Jokovic.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
The video game movie girl. That's that's her thing now, right?
Oh yeah. What's the thing? The franchise she does? Can't even
Not
remember
The
what it's called
Walking
now.
Dead. It's zombies and stuff,
Yeah,
though.
Resident Evil.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She seems to be very much able to handle the action movies and stuff.
Yeah. She's good. She's good at that.
You ever notice, speaking of movies, that actor, what's his name? Gerard Butler. Every movie he's in, and oh my God, he must do 4 a year, are never rated higher than like 4.5.
Out of what?
I don't know, 30.
1,000.
Yeah. But he's one of those guys where he had a few movies that he was in that were pretty good and stuff. And then Hollywood kind of, and he became that guy that's always gets hired on the lower budget movies, but they're not low budget movies. They're just lower, right?
Yeah, well, Jean-Claude Van Damme did a similar sort of thing. He had his peak, and then he ended up just cranking out a whole load of direct-to-DVD videos.
Yeah.
It kind of like happens.
Yeah.
You keep working, but
yeah. And I mean, no offense to anybody doing that, because I mean, it's no different than me, musician for years, but not being like from Guns N' Roses or something, right?
Yeah.
But I do find that if Gerard Butler's in it, then very much it's going to be one of those action films that is so weak on story, and like you can pretty much tell. I just avoid his movies when I see that he's in it. I don't know if that's fair to him or not, but
it probably is kind of fair. But it's like people like Nathan Statham as well. If you see Nathan Statham in a film, it's a Nathan Statham film. He just doesn't do any acting in it. He just plays the same character with a different name each time.
Yeah,
hard-nosed,
or
gun-toting maniac.
Or what's his name? Qui-Gon Jinn.
How you said it's gone out my head. The Irishman, Liam Neeson.
Yeah. All he ever does is take on bad guys to get his relative back or whatever. Like it's
and it's like they're not even in the same universe.
Yeah,
it's not like a franchise.
No.
It's still him playing the same person.
Yeah, doing the same thing. Yeah, and I need the thing to have more, right? Action movies for the sake of action without like building good storylines in it and stuff just doesn't work for me.
Kelly put on the new Doctor Who on tonight. Oh God, I just want to pull my eyeballs out my sockets and poke sharp things into my ears just so I could not experience it. People love it, but they're going to hate me for it. Oh, it was so bad, so generic. It was just shit.
That sucks.
I'm not, no spoilers, but there was like an alien in it, and it's supposed to be cute. I go, oh right, Disney's going to sue him for that because it was just basically Baby Yoda with fur on it, and but make sure you knew it's cute. I gave it the baby voice. I gave it the baby voice, so you know it's cute. It's like, no, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You can have Eddie Murphy doing his fucking voice.
Yeah.
And it could still be cute. You didn't have to go down that road. That's what I'm saying. It was just so fucking pandering to generic.
I hate that crap.
AI script writing. I don't know.
It's one thing I'll say about the TV show DC's Legends of Tomorrow. They brought a stuffed animal animatronic thing onto the show,
right.
and they turned it into the big bad guy at the end of the season and stuff, and the way that it was all brought together made it entertaining as hell. It was one of the few times where I can handle like funny in my sci-fi, right? It's hard for me to cross that one. I like sci-fi to be a bit more,
Butch.
Serious, or whatever, Like I remember when Patrick Stewart as Jean-Luc Picard was suffering from some kind of thing because it was the episode where the Enterprise the Enterprise in a Romulan ship had beams going to them, and Picard and Troy and Data and Geordi were in a shuttle, and there was some kind of time thing going on or whatever.
Right.
And Picard started getting all giddy, and there was like a cloud of smoke, and he drew a little happy face in it and started doing this giggle thing, and it was just awkward. It was so,
one of those Star Trek episodes.
It was crazy, I remember just sitting there going, what the hell? I've seen grade 9 students on LSD that can handle it better.
I never liked the Star Trek Next Generations one where you can obviously tell that the actors have said, we are bigger than this. We are proper actors, and we are bigger than this. So give us something to do to act, and let's do Shakespearean plays live on the decks, because that's what the crew of a fucking ship does is put on plays all the time.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that on the Nimitz?
Yeah.
The big fucking aircraft carrier is out in the the Baltic Sea, and the captain and his crew put on a play
for the
crew.
Or everybody's going down to the hangar bay. Why? Because the robot's going to play violin. What? The fuck? I got laundry to do.
Yeah, do it in the holosuite. What are you talking about?
Chevy Chase's Spock. That would be funny. In a porn fucking movie take on it. That's funny.
PJ CNET says Geordie with his visor that looks like made from a car air filter. Well, it was actually a hairband. That's a girl's hairband. That's what they started with as the concept.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, look, Mr. Nobody says Firefly is one of my favorites too.
Oh God, here we go.
I am trying to bludgeon Dick into death into watching Firefly. You just got to watch the first episode and then tell me to fuck off.
I have a dent in the back of my head from it.
But we talked about this the other night. Dick will not respond well to what would you say, bully tactics,
prodding. Yeah.
I
am not a cow.
It just makes him more adverse to checking it out. So I've just got to wait. I've just got to wait patiently and tell him he's wrong every time for not watching it. But
I'll get myself a sack of suds or something and sit down and get into it. Yeah.
I do believe you'll enjoy it, but Who knows? But I think the fact that you've been told that you'll like it so much will just make you adverse to it straight away, right from the opening credits. What's this fucking banjos at the beginning? You don't have banjos in space. That's it. I'm out.
You know, with some things, you have to be in the right frame of mind, right?
Yeah.
Like I've tried watching a show and I was in the wrong mood and I stopped after 10 minutes and I was like, I know I would probably like this, but right now it's not working, right? And I give it a try.
But you have done that with a couple of shows.
Right.
And gone back to them.
Right. But this is
and still not like them.
But let me finish. I'm going somewhere here. So now, with all the hype and the expectation and the things I've been told and whatnot about Firefly, I'm concerned that I've got to get in the right frame of mind to make sure that I watch it properly. But with all the things I've been told and not really listened to, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that frame of mind is now. You know, like should I be in hardcore sci-fi mode? Should I be in Galaxy Quest mode? You know what I mean?
Galaxy Quest mode, I think probably is a good one to go.
That's a hard one for me to get into because very few things that are funny.
Sorry, not Galaxy Quest. I was thinking more Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, I don't watch those. I can't do that. It's all stupid jokes and stuff. I tried.
I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, I tried to watch the first one 3 times, kept falling asleep, and gave up.
I'm not a big fan of it either. I'm not a big fan.
I've seen all the other Marvel movies though.
Yeah.
Right. You know, and you're not a huge Marvel person. Where I've liked them up until the end of Thanos. Now I don't know what's going on. Don't care.
No, I can't follow them at all. Mr. Spock brings up an interesting one. Is Farscape? Have you ever seen any of that?
No.
It's a Jim Henson. Well, it was Jim Henson. It was a Henson's production. Jim Henson was dead, so it's a Henson production. So it's lots of alien creatures and puppets and things. But they just basically went as weird as they could possibly go, and it's an odd one. It's very, very bizarre. I'm not too sure.
How bizarre? How bizarre?
I can't say it's good. And I can't say I'd recommend it either because it's just, I think it's one of those sort of things that if you watch it and you like it, then okay. If you watch it and don't like it, well, that's okay too. That's sold. That's if you. Well, that's the thing. You might start watching it and love it, but I wouldn't know why. It's not easy to just actually categorize it and say why someone would like it. In Firefly, there are certain aspects of it I can see why someone could enjoy it for certain reasons, but Farscape, and there's another one like Lex was even fucking weirder, and
I've heard of that.
It became a cult following. And it's crazy bonkers, super, super cheap, really, really cheap production. But, some people absolutely love it. I can't explain why. Yeah. Mr. Spock says, Lex is awesome. Is it?
Yeah.
It's so bonkers.
Sweet brings up my nemesis when we start talking about sci-fi.
Oh, Stargate.
Yeah. I don't get it. I watched the movie and the first 40 minutes or something are great. And then when they show up on planet Sand, to me it just all falls apart.
It did actually come on the other day, and I put it on. I think I actually fell asleep halfway through again. But it tickles me. It tickles me. The original.
The build up of the dude with the gun and what's his name?
Kurt Russell.
Snake Plissken's character. But
Colonel thingy.
Yeah, okay, so that's gonna happen coming up. I mean, it's just so Roland Emmerich. I just can't, and then I can't watch MacGyver try to be Sneezy Boy as the role. I could never.
No! He did. He plays the Colonel in it. MacGyver plays the colonel in it, not the scientist chap.
So he plays Kurt Russell's character?
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably worse then. Really?
He's actually pretty good, darn good at it. But you might not like it because Richard Dean Anderson, he plays it in a relatively comedic role.
Yeah,
but with sarky lines, it's quite cool. It's not bad.
I'm not sure I could, you know.
But there's there's a lot of it. There's like 100 episodes of Stargate, 100 episodes of Stargate Atlantis. There's a lot to get through.
Yeah, I mean, if I commit to start watching the TV shows, I'm gonna be in my 60s by the time I'm done. Right?
Yeah. You can get through it, but not. It's the sort of thing that I think if you caught it when it was on the telly at the time. You'd sit and watch it and just enjoyed it for what it was. But with that sort of situation where here's the box set, now go watch it, you go, Jesus, that's a commitment. I'm not interested. Yeah, like the Sopranos. I've never seen the Sopranos
either.
I understand. Breaking Bad as well. Never seen it. I know these are great series. No. But I just can't face the commitment. I really can't.
Yeah, no, I never did The Sopranos because I'm not into gangster stuff, and I never did the what's the other one? The guy that drives the Pontiac Aztec, the meth guy.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah. It's all about like drugs and stuff. I just I
think that's the basis of the story. I think there's more goes on, but.
Maybe I've never seen it. Right?
Well, I wouldn't know. I couldn't comment on it, so I haven't seen it. But,
it's the same with biker shows. I'm like, no, I don't care. Not my thing.
Yeah. That's why it's hard to come to any of these like series that are considered classic. Andrew Petrie is talking about Twin Peaks as well. Hated it. Absolutely hated it. But yeah. It's a hard one because these are great shows and people enjoy them. It's just, are they for you?
Yeah.
9 times, probably like 9.9 times out of 10, they're not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I for some reason decided to watch Lost after it was already off the air. Right? I never watched it when it was on television, but I downloaded it.
How far did you get?
I actually watched the whole thing, and I still don't know why. I'm not sure if I liked it or I didn't, but I kept watching.
That was the way. Their type of programming was very addictive for that. To keep you watching it, even though you got no answers and no idea.
If you were
Heroes was the same thing as well.
Oh, and Lost and Battlestar Galactica both have one thing in common. If you were actually taking notes and paying attention, the amount of unanswered questions you were left with at the end of the show made you instantly realize that nobody had a clue where they were going, and they just wrote that shit as it happened.
Yeah. Well, they wrote season 1 never knowing they would get to season 10.
Yeah. And they have a plan. What is it? You still didn't explain.
See, that's one of the amazing things about Firefly is because it got cut short so early on in production. They only made like 14 episodes, so they didn't even make a full season.
They never had a chance to get stupid. Yeah.
So that's why it's good. If you had to watch a box set of 20 seasons, I probably couldn't recommend it to you because you go, for fuck's sake.
You just made a case for dead musicians. Oh, they're the best ones because they never go past their prime.
There's probably some truth to that. I mean, would you still be watching Marilyn Monroe movies now? I was going to say Elvis movies, but you didn't even like these old ones. So not a chance. No. I'm not a huge fan of his in any ways, but my son is. He likes some of his music. But how did my son discover his music? Because it's used in the Blues Brothers. So he gets a full pass on that one, right? I thought you were going to say in the Night Garden.
I'm about to have to go back to real life, and you throw that at me right now, do you? Oh man, what gag do I have to make fun of you right now?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
It's usually the boot.
Yeah, that's what I need. Big fucking foot that comes. Use a Monty Python one, that'd be good.
See, I'm only here to keep, make sure Dick feels that he's alive, just to give him that.
Everybody needs a voodoo doll waiting for a pin. We're coming up on 2 hours here. We should probably wrap this shit into the bag.
Let's get back to reality.
Yeah.
Dick Dawson's on a mission. The washing is piling up. The sink is full, and he has to go.
Are you
full
kidding?
Commando.
I've had 3 beers, and it's already 5 o'clock. The only thing I'm doing is picking a fucking place to order from and relaxing.
Yeah, feet up, remote control.
Yeah, it's takeout night in the Dawson house. Absolutely. Yeah. I think we should end with some consumer advice. So, never take wooden nickels when prostituting yourself behind the bar for alcohol, because the bartender won't take nicely to it. Is that... No, that's not consumer advice. That's kind of specific in its nature.
It's very, very specific.
Yeah, we could do better than that.
Yeah, I don't think we could.
When buying a globe,
not this time of night.
Yeah, when buying a globe to put in your son's room when they're like 4 years old, make sure it's not shaped like a pizza. Is that?
Wouldn't be a globe then.
Again, that's
numpty.
pretty specific. I think we could. There's a reason why Renault cars aren't sold in North America anymore. So make sure you don't
they sold
buy
in France.
Yeah, but make sure. Yeah, but see on that one, I mean, there's lots of North American cars I wouldn't buy right now. Consumer advice. Show up here Tuesday for the 42 show, because you'll actually have something to fucking laugh at. There.
Yes,
How
that's
about
great.
that?
Great consumer advice there. That's
There
the
we
best,
go.
best you can do, yeah.
Yeah, we want to do the best we can for your overall mental health and peace of mind. And as such, you need entertainment in your life. So
yes, make sure you're subscribed and all that kind of stuff.
There you go. There you go. Listen to the little green guy.
Yeah, or me.
As opposed to... Is that fucking ET guy here again? Seriously. I don't care if it takes a taxi. Phone home, dude. So on that note, I hope that you've had enough alcohol that you're able to still use your phone to have somebody deliver more, and then you sleep well tonight and wake up with a hangover.
Yeah. Or a prostitute. One or the other. Yeah, have a good Sunday night, everybody, and I hope you had fun here tonight. Listening to us babble on about absolutely nothing, but that's what we're here to do. Except during the week where we talk about proper stuff.
And remember, 900 lines only cause friction to your own hand. Good night, fellow babies. We're out of here.
It's over. Go home.